Hey everyone, Shakarez or Kayle Mid here, and welcome to another commentary. I haven't done a video in quite a while, and I guess most of you watched the vlog, so you know what's been going on and why I've been so busy. But yeah, I did intend on bringing more content, but for some reason, replay files and programs have been all completely screwed. I finally found a solution besides OBS. I really don't like using OBS to record. I prefer using a replay file than using my own live recording of the game. I think it's easier to manipulate and it's easier to show better cameras, all that kind of stuff. Especially when I decide to tab out when I'm in base and the frames go down. So I do prefer using a replay file. op.gg files are not working for me right now, so it's kind of annoying. And yeah, today I'm bringing you a Kayle commentary playing versus Jarvan after that sexy EQ dodge. And this guy wasn't too good at Jarvan, as you can see. Here I almost kill him, but I get minion blocked. If I didn't get minion blocked and if I had landed my last auto attack there that got cancelled, I would have flashed in to get the last auto attack and I would have killed him almost for certain. So right here he's playing really with he's playing with fire here, and I believe I do not get to kill him, especially because I'm playing with a teleport, and so is he. Yeah, and so is he. I usually play teleport top lane. Oh my god, here I am is 2 CS. This was my first game of the day this morning, so my hands are cold. I'm really like half asleep, so I never play too well. But I always play with teleport top lane. Well, not always, but most of the time, unless it's like against a matchup where I know they're not going to bring teleport. So versus someone like a Darius, a Riven, usually they're not going to bring teleport. They're going to bring Ignite or something like that. Or the other day I had to play versus Ari top, and I knew she wasn't going to bring teleport, so I just went with Exhaust. Anyways, I usually run teleport, and it's not because of laning, it's because I like to impact bot lane with teleport ganks. I believe this game I didn't get to do it, but it's usually a pretty good way of impacting the game because top lane is such an island, and overall I like to stay here a lot with Kayle. I like to split push very hard and try to get the advantage for the team that way, and that's what you'll be seeing this game is me trying to split push. Now, the reason why I'm doing this Kayle commentary, well, there are various reasons, but one of them is because people have been asking a lot about Kayle, and they have been asking a lot about how to, yeah, right here, I end up, yeah, I fuck up here, I believe. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I think I got stuck between the flag and the minion. I couldn't move for a second. And again, if I had gotten that auto attack, I then could have went for the second auto attack, and I could have gotten the kill. Anyways, one of the reasons is people have been asking about Kayle, how to play Kayle, how to build Kayle, is she still viable, blah blah blah, etc etc etc. And basically she is still viable, even in higher elos. I mean, if you check Challenger right now, you'll see that at least he was 6th, like 2 days ago, or 7th. Dawid, Sonic, he's a Kayle main, and he plays more or less the same build as myself, and he's in top Challenger, and he's only playing Kayle there. So for solo queue, it's obviously viable. It never ceased to be viable. If you're going to ask me if she's a strong pick, if she's a priority pick, obviously no, and she's not OP. She's nothing of that sort. But on my hands, she's a very strong pick, and I still think she's very impactful overall in solo queue simply because of her ultimate. Her ultimate is very strong, and it allows you to do a lot of stuff. So right here, we forced the flash from Jarvan, which is pretty good. He didn't have EQ up because he had used his flag to farm, I believe. And he keeps doing this shit, where he puts the flag up just to try to get a minion. And it's something that's really dumb as Jarvan, because if you're playing lane Jarvan, and you decide to use your flag forward, you won't have your escape. And putting your flag means you're not going to be scary at all, because that means you don't have your knockup, you don't have your CC, which means if the opponent knows how to abuse that, he will. And whenever he puts it forward and he doesn't have it, he cannot EQ me. He cannot EQ me means I can just go from range. And again, he's doing it again. He keeps doing it for some reason. And he really doesn't get any damage on me. And then he's forced to play super passive. And he ends up losing a lot of CS. I believe at a certain point he was like 40 CS behind me. Something ridiculous like that. And yeah. So yeah, Kayle, still very viable. Still very strong. People asked me if what was my favorite position on her, with her. In my opinion, I think she's stronger in the jungle, but I have a bias because I really like jungle. I'm not always a fan of top lane, so still trying to get used to that. There, I just chucked that ward there just to see if Shakarez would go around. It's unlikely that I'll ever catch anything, but I do have the little scuttler, rift scuttler buff, so I don't need it there. And right here he ults me, and my ult was way too late, and I'm forced to flash out because then he'd have Q for me. And right here, this is pretty interesting. Shaco comes for the gank. I heal him up so he can get in range. He ignites, and if you look at Jarvan's HP bar, it gets down to 3 HP, and he doesn't die. Now, that's pretty frustrating, but at the same time, not that bad. I get a lot of pressure into this lane, and now I'm allowed to get a lot of damage into the turret or even take it down. But yeah, I misplayed there because I ulted too late, and when Jarvan's animation is a bit weird, the damage comes out before he actually lands on the floor with Cataclysm, so you have to take that into account, and you'll see that throughout the game I made that mistake like 2 or 3 times, and it's usually not a mistake I make, but yeah, first game of the day, you know how it is. Anyways, I do believe jungle is her better position, but that's me. I have obviously a bias. She can do very well against certain matchups on top lane. This one is one of them where she can do really well. My opinion, like she does really poorly against people with like Wukong, if he knows what he's doing. And at this stage, like I'm probably overrating Kayle as well because I'm playing with people who are like low diamond as well. So because this account was diamond 5 last season, and right now it's plat. I believe I'm in promos to plat 1. But yeah, I mean, it's just people's skill level is a bit lower than the usual, so I'm kind of overrating Kayle's capacity to do stuff. And right here, I tried to say Nami, but I couldn't, and I'm waiting for the stun, but I forgot Xerath had just stunned me, so he didn't have it. But I got the kill on Xerath, and lag, and I believe, yep, double kill. So double kill for me, pretty nice. And yeah, this is the part where I start speeding things up because laning is over, and the rest is pretty boring to see me split all day. Where was I? I keep getting lost. I keep getting sidetracked. It's amazing. I was talking about... Oh yeah, Kayle's roles. She does pretty well top lane against certain matchups. I do not like her into, for example, Gragas. Irelia can be tough. Jax can be tough. Wukong can be tough. But again, this is really dependent on your skill with the champion and the opponent's skill. And right here, I think my skill level is above that of the opponent. So matchups haven't been too hard for me. I keep winning lane. They don't know how to trade correctly, because with Kayle you want to trade and you want to back off immediately after you get your damage in, because she'll just harass you with E and she'll out damage you that way. So right here, clear mid, go back top, and yeah, I mean, I don't like her into Gragas, Irelia, Jax, Wukong. Riven is a tough matchup. It's a skill matchup. Darius is okay, but you need to get a lot of move speed. Yeah, those are the hardest ones, I guess. I believe I'm not missing anyone. And then mid lane, she obviously does well against all those assassin type champions. So Zed, Yasuo, she can bully pretty well. Oh yeah, and right here, Shaco comes in and finds out Hecarim, and then pretty much Hecarim would never, Jarvan would never win the 1v1. So he's definitely not going to, never going to win the 1v1, and he probably wouldn't survive even with a 1v2. So a 2v2 means we're obviously going to get the 2 kills. So I'm 5-0-1, I'm pretty fed right now, and Xerath is around, he's super fed as well. He's been getting a lot of kills off of Malzahar. So it's basically right now, it's myself who's very fed, and he is also very fed. Now right here before backing, get the Rift Scuttler. So yeah, like mid lane, she still does well versus assassins, I believe. She has a few tough matchups, more in mid lane than in top lane, I guess. And yeah, I buy a needlessly large rod. I could have, yeah, and I bought the CDR boot, so I'm capped at CDR. And yeah, I think she's still fine overall. I just like her jungle because I think her ganks are more potent than people believe and people are expecting. She's very strong. And yeah, so right here I come back to lane. I just see Jarvan, I Q him, I E him repeatedly. I'm doing way too much damage for him. He needs to back off. He EQs, and I'm not going to flash because I'm faster than him. Because of my W, and I just dive him. He's forced to ult. I'm forced to ult in response, and I get the kill. So 6-0-1, doing pretty well for myself, and keeping up the split push. I just need to be careful with this guy. As you can see, he hits all his ultimates, and he just didn't kill me there because he didn't hit his W. Also, the extra damage would have done a lot. Now, talking a bit about the purchase here, I go for the upgraded War Trinket because I'm going to split push a lot and I need the vision. And I get the consumable, the elixir, the sorcery? Elixir sorcery, I believe is the name. It's a very strong elixir. And it gives you a ton of damage. It's basically 25 true damage to champions, but it has a cap, so it doesn't hit. It's not every time, but it's every 3 seconds or something. And it does not have a cooldown versus towers. So you put this baby on Kayle, and you just shred towers like it's insane. And then it gives you 15 flat mana regeneration and 40 AP. Pretty much like really good stats for Kayle. So see right here, look at the damage I'm doing. 25 per hit, plus the 92 that I'm doing. So I just shred the turret really, really fast. And yeah, I go for their blue buff. And I'm going to be hanging around top lane, and I'm going to ward a bit, try to play around to see how much they pressure top lane. Because the idea here is when they pressure top lane, we get a dragon. When they pressure top lane, our team is pushing mid, or our team is pushing bot. That's the idea, is you just get an advantage by forcing more than one person to come top. And right now, Jarvan cannot deal with me alone. I have 6 kills, so sorry about that. I've been a bit sick these last days. Anyways, yeah, this part is a bit boring. It's just me chasing around like a maniac trying to get a kill, but it's really hard. And Xerath was really good as well. Here he stuns me, and you can see his damage. It's getting really scary. So yeah, I was wanting to do this commentary as well to talk about how things have been going. By now, I should have started my stream already, and I do want to stream. Unfortunately, I've been having a bit of technical difficulties. For one, the power, the electricity isn't too stable where my office is. The voltage is way too low, so if my office is connected to my grandparents' house, it's not inside their house. It's a different kind of different property. So the studio or the office is in a different place, but it uses the electricity from their house, from the main house. So whenever they're, let's say, watching TV, using the microwave and the heating, and I'm using the computer here, and then maybe I'm not even using anything else, but even if I turn up the heating as well here, just so the office isn't freezing cold, what happens is the power goes down, and that's a situation I want to avoid when I'm on my when I'm streaming because it's very embarrassing, obviously, and I don't want that to happen. And yeah, I've been looking into solutions. One of them to increase the power of the electricity in the house. The other one is to get like a generator to keep the computer and the internet turned on just for like 10 minutes whenever we have an outage. So we know that there's been an outage, and for those 10 minutes we can like solve it, and yeah, and I can have internet and still have power. And yeah, right here I make a big mistake. You see me auto there, and the auto just fucks up everything because I get hit by the EQ. Then I ult too early because I thought he was going to ult me there. And yeah, so right there I could have finished my Zhonya's, but Jarvan isn't really a threat. So I'm just gonna do my Lich Bane components and try to finish Lich Bane. In the meantime, get another Elixir of Sorcery, and these are really good. Like if you're missing like 400 gold, obviously this is going to delay your core slightly, but the benefits it gives are really good. So definitely get them from mid game onwards. Let's say you back at level 9 and you have 400 gold, buy one of these. Like seriously, it's better than an amp tome, especially if you want to make a power play. So right there I'm just warding, moving around, blue buffs up. Let's get blue buff. And this one's pretty funny as well. So Jarvan comes in. I fuck up massively. Like I get hit by the EQ and then the ultimate. And then I kill him just barely. And then this happens. Like when this happened, I was like, I don't know. I'm still doubtful if this guy is scripting or not, because it was so fast. Like the guy pressed R and the first shot hit me so fast, and I play Xerath, and so I know how the times are more or less, and I don't know, it just seemed super fast and super accurate and kind of weird. I know they had a ward, but still, it just seemed weird. So yeah, I don't know. So right here, Shaco died. They're chasing Nami, and Mr. Xerath gets a bit cocky. So we're gonna take him down. And for some reason, I don't know what Jarvan is doing. He just lets me get the kill on the Thresh. He doesn't attack me. And then I secure this kill. I didn't steal it, I secured it. And yeah, 9 and 2. I'm really fed right now. And once I finish my Zhonya's, I get my core 3 items. You could go for Rabadons, but I prefer playing a bit more defensive so I can play more selfless and play around with baiting people. So yeah, one of the problems with the office is the electricity. The other one is that I do not have the emoticon set. And I did post on my Facebook page 2 emoticons that I did, but they look kind of shitty. The Kayle one wasn't even approved by Twitch. I'm not sure why, but the intervention one looks like complete ass. So I'm gonna do something a little bit better. So I don't know. I need something that looks actually a bit better than that. And right here, Xerath goes, Hecarim goes really aggressive and just dies. And then Malzahar here just gets wrecked. So I was gonna heal him, but I didn't have time because the Q was so well timed. And I don't know, this guy, I still have my questions if he's scripting or not. It's kind of weird, but yeah. So yeah, the other problem is the emoticons. As of today, I already have a friend working on them. I'm not sure if she is working on them. So my subscriber badge is set. She did it, and I'm not sure if she's going to do the emoticons. If she doesn't do the emoticons, I'll be doing I'll be getting someone else to do them, so we can get on with that, and I can start streaming. In the meantime, I also need a sub sound. A sound for subscribers and a sound for donators. Yeah, for people who donate. So I still don't have those, and so I need to get them. And right here I just catch Sivir. She completely forgets there's a thing called gates, and I just flash QE her and kill her. because that's how we do it. And now we start the siege, and Jarvan is really random. He just goes in and doesn't do anything. And my computer, my PC starts lagging again a bit. This is why I don't like to use OBS too much. I think I was doing way too much stuff in the background while recording with OBS. That's why the FPS went down once or twice. But yeah, so yeah, I'm missing my emoticons. I do already have the ideas for them, but if you guys have ideas for donation or substance, feel free to leave your suggestion, and I'll take it into consideration. And right there, Xerath just wrecks people super hard, and I kill him here, but he still does the combo in time, and I'm super low. Thresh is gonna hook, and I Zhonya's. And this was a mistake because Thresh hook was gonna hit the minion. I was gonna live, so the intention is good, but I had no way of escaping that because Sivir was alive. So yeah, I died there again, and I think next time getting a Void Staff. Oh, I'm really having the cough today. I've been kind of sick as well. And yeah, I want to bring back some of my content. Unfortunately, I'm not able to do as much content as I used to be able to do, simply because I have a lot of work to do with Team Liquid. If you didn't watch the vlog, I'm their analyst, one of their analysts, and I am also their video editor and streamer. Now the analyst part is kind of touchy, and people ask me when we lose, I keep getting questions on my Ask FM asking about Piglet and all that kind of stuff. And basically I'm gonna use what I Will Dominate said in his first week, because he's completely right. Oh, this is pretty funny. Just this, I get bopped by Xerath super hard, and I couldn't ult because the stun hit there, and I thought it was completely out of range, but it wasn't, so I got bopped super hard, and I die. But basically what Dominate said was, we 2-0'd, but don't overestimate us, because basically this is still a transition split for us, because we got Phoenix, we got Piglet, we were forced to get Phoenix because Voivode wanted to leave, so it was pretty hard for us to get a team in time, and then they had to be in Korea for visa issues, so we weren't able to have them scrimming, so we didn't have much scrim time with them, with Piglet and with Phoenix. Phoenix was here for the first week, but Piglet wasn't, so it was complicated. And obviously communication problems also arise naturally as they're Korean. Piglet doesn't speak much English. Phoenix does. He speaks enough, and he understands more than enough. But yeah, it's gonna take a while for us to get used to stuff, so obviously the objective for Spring Split is still to hit as high as possible in the standings, but it's kind of an adaptation split, and we'll be looking to do a better performance in summer and improve progressively in summer, and the objective is obviously to get to Worlds. But yeah, also people ask me about the draft. Analysis has a lot of subjects, and there's a lot to cover when you're an analyst, and pick and ban is not my responsibility. So basically, obviously I give my suggestions, I scout the enemy teams, I do work that they ask me to do, but pick and ban is not something I'm responsible for, because naturally who has to be trained in pick and ban and who has to do pick and ban is the head coach, because he's the one who's going to be on stage with the players and saying, oh, should we run this? Or are we going to run this? Okay, we're going to run this or that or X or Y. So obviously I give my input, but I'm not the one telling them, we're going to do this, this, and that, because when it happens live, who has to be responsible for it is Peter, is the head coach. So we've had a few mishaps in pick and ban, but I'm sure we'll be able to come back from that and have better showings in the next week. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary explaining more or less the state of Kayle and stuff that's been going on with my life, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the Rift. Shakarez signing out.